Hey everyone, my name is Angela Williams. I am a coach, licensed therapist, mom, wife, and 2 times business owner. I guide you to elevate your potential, expand your impact, and enjoy your life while doing it. I'm so excited to be on here today. Today, what I want to talk to you about is the mindset of success and what happens when you rise to your next level. So basically, what I've come up with is what's called excellence triggers. So these are the things that pop up on the journey to your highest goals. And what are we going to do about them? We're going to talk about that today. So whether you are a business owner, you're going through a complete rebrand, whether you are in management, you're rising in your new role and you're wearing all the hats, this is a must watch for you, okay? So first of all, let's start with what are excellence triggers? So these are these moments, right? There's these moments when you're on the verge of tapping into your fullest potential, right? When you're stepping into, I love using that phrase, it's just funny, it's overused, but when you're tapping into that next level of version of you, when you're stepping into new heights of success, but you feel this like pullback or you feel some resistance. So these triggers show up when you're pushing against what I call the success ceiling, right? We've heard of the term, the glass ceiling, right, before. It's almost like your success ceiling, but it's mental, right? It's in your body, it's in your mind. It's that point where you're about to break through that next level of achievement. So we want to understand these triggers because it's essential to you as a high achiever so that you know what's happening. So recognizing these triggers is completely key to unlocking that next level of success because it's not a sign of weakness or an indication that you can't do it. It is your sign that you are on the edge of greatness. You're right there on the precipice. You're about to go over. It's going to test you, right? So this discomfort means you're growing, you're evolving, and you're expanding your capacity for impact. That's what we're here to do, right? So let's talk about some of those common excellence triggers. Number one, you've probably heard this term a lot, but self-sabotage. So this often shows up in different ways, right? This can be really super subtle. It can be that you have disqualified yourself from reaching out to someone because you think that they may not be interested in what you have to offer. It could be more about the hesitation. It's not just like a flat out fail. It's not that we did something wrong or it didn't work. It could be the hesitation. For example, delaying action on a critical opportunity where you have a timeline, where you have a deadline, overthinking a decision, or lowering your standards to stay within your comfort zone. Those are the common things. So why does this happen? So when you're on the cusp of something big, self-sabotage is the way of the mind of protecting you from that discomfort of leveling up. So it's like, here's your goals up here. Let me see if I'm going to do lots of hand gestures, so bear with me. Here's your goals up here, right? This is kind of you on your journey, and this is where your brain feels comfortable. This is kind of what happens when we think about that. You're butting up against your success ceiling. This is exactly what it looks like. And then so we kind of go up and your brain's like, oh no, we need to be more comfortable, so we need to stay under here. And then so this is kind of what we do, the trajectory going down. But really what we want to do is break through and move up to those goals, those high achieving goals that we have set. And another way that this can show up is imposter syndrome. I also call this is another way to say that you're kind of just self-doubt. You're self-doubting, you're unsure of yourself, the insecure expert. That's kind of what I rebranded as. But basically, that doesn't mean anything. Like that doesn't mean that you don't belong at the top. It's again just that reflection of how fast you're growing and your brain and your body are trying to keep up with you. That's kind of your sign. So the reality is kind of catching up with your potential. So I want you to view it differently because sometimes when we think about imposter syndrome, we think about all of the ways that we're not equipped to do something. And the reality is the fact that you're even thinking that way, you probably are equipped to deal with something because some people that just have the confidence and not the skills or the knowledge or the experience, they just have the confidence, they write off of that and they don't really care. So when you think about yourself, like the fact that you're even so critical and thinking about that way, that means that you're moving up. You're moving up to try to get in line with that potential. That might look like doubting the success that you deserve, the success that you're earning, doubting yourself, your abilities, questioning whether you're good enough to do something, question whether you're qualified to do something or handle this bigger responsibility or bigger goals. The more successful you become, the greater the gap between your self-image and your accomplishments. And so we need to constantly be working on that and expanding your capacity. So number 3 on the common excellence triggers is avoidance. So again, as a high achiever, you're not afraid of hard work, right? You know how to do it. You know how to put action in where to get to your goals. You've been successful to this point so far. But sometimes avoidance can be a little sneaky thing that comes in to, again, escape that pressure of those next level challenges. When you are expanding your team, but you're putting off that final hiring decision, right? That could be a sign, hey, are you worried that you're not going to be able to have the capacity to give to these team members the way that you want to? So again, putting off bold moves, decisions, important things that are going to help you. Again, it's not because you don't know what to do, but it's because what comes next. We're afraid about that part, right? And our brains usually are thinking forward. So we're already kind of there in that experience, wondering and worrying about it. So the other thing, again, is avoiding growth opportunities. So again, that avoidance shows up. We need that biggest growth and we need to step into that discomfort because that's where our biggest growth comes from. But sometimes that's where the fear comes. So turning down opportunities that could expand your influence can be a common trigger when you are at your success ceiling. That happened to me recently. I was thinking about authoring a book. The timing was also not great for me, but I look back and I'm like, you know what, that could have expanded for me a lot, opened a lot of doors, but I really feared the capacity that I had at the time. So now when the opportunity comes up, I'm ready. But that was me thinking forward of, I don't have the capacity. That's what it felt like. So thinking about that, right? Passing up a promotion, declining a speaking opportunity, not applying for a high stakes project, putting your name out there because it feels too big or too risky. And again, we can figure all of that stuff out later, right? But what happens is the fear of outgrowing your current identity can make things feel way too overwhelming at the time. The other piece is that the avoidance can stem from that fear of failure or the fear of stepping into the spotlight that comes with success. Fear of failure, that one's a tricky one because a lot of high achieving people I talk to aren't afraid to fail. They learn from their failures. That's common, but it's underlying there. It kind of sneaks in because what if, right? What if we bomb this launch or bomb this project, right? And what happens? We're responsible for a lot of people, right? We provide jobs, we provide services. What happens then, right? So those are why do these things come up? Why is your success ceiling a thing? So as a high achiever, you normally set high standards, big goals. That comes with the territory, especially our business owners out there. The success ceiling is, again, where your current self meets your future potential. And these triggers are the sign that you're ready to break through. So I want you to rethink about it that way. It's your body and your mind adjusting to that new version of yourself. And again, our brains can interpret this as a threat, right? Because we want to be what's comfortable, what's normal, what's patterned, and start to bring you back down to what's normal. So again, here are the big goals. We're going up, up, up. Here's our comfort level. Wait. We got to come back down, right? So again, interventions will allow you to move through. Now, some more signals just to look at, in general, overall, you might notice feelings of tension. Think about your jaw, think about your shoulders, think about your body in general. How does it feel? Do you feel at ease? Do you feel nervous? Do you feel tension? Do you feel anxiety? Fear when approaching new opportunities? Procrastination, overthinking, a sense that you're stuck, even though you're successful, right? Those are all those thoughts that can get in. So again, these triggers can create a cycle where you feel like you're running in place, working really hard, but where's the progress, right? So this is all normal. I want to normalize this for you. It doesn't have to stay that way though, and that's kind of what we're getting into here too. And so remembering also that these physical and emotional manifestations are important to note. So it doesn't just show up in your mind, it shows up in your body. I know there's a lot of people that have more somatic expressions of stress and anxiety and fear, and others it's very much in their mind and thoughts. Whether it's tension in your shoulders, whether it's your heart racing, shallow breathing, the knot in your stomach, right? These sensations are telling you, hey, we're doing something new. We don't know what this is. We don't know the outcome, right? And so that's the reason, is trying to be protective. So again, we want to remember these feelings are signs that we're moving toward a new path. And we also need to distinguish between, fears and also the alignment of your path, right? So moving to a new territory and what is aligned for you. What is aligned for you now and what is aligned for your future self. So we can always check in with that too. So how do we break through? What do we need to do here, right? How do we get through that success ceiling, that block? It's truly, truly, truly about understanding yourself fully and completely and rewiring your beliefs. To break through the triggers, you have to understand your beliefs at both the subconscious and conscious levels. So again, those fears and doubts and those deep-rooted beliefs are fueling the fears and doubts, right? They're fueling self-sabotage. They're fueling the imposter syndrome. They're probably super old beliefs that are still there, still working on that pattern, still working on, it's almost like a server, right? Almost like it's a neural network, but it's kind of this one-way track. So for example, I'm a failure, right? That could have been something that you didn't get picked for the kickball team in 6th grade. That could still be back there, showing up and shaping you. And so we have to work through that. We have to understand that fully and work through that. Obviously through the targeted mindset work, through that mind, body, soul connection to what's going on, we can rewire those old beliefs, replace them with beliefs that are aligned to the outcomes that you truly want. So imagine what happens, right? When your mind's no longer working off of old beliefs and is fully aligned with your goals and vision. Like you can see it, you can hear it, you can taste it, you can touch it, you can feel it in your body. Like imagine that for yourself. That's exciting, right? That's what we're going after here today. So as a recap, we want to make sure to those triggers as opportunities for growth for you. And the key to this is really making sure to understand what's happening, right? Awareness first. And instead of resisting it, we got to lean into the discomfort and we have to work through. So today I was walking with a dog and I felt the urge to run, and I don't love running. I played sports all through my high school time and my college time, and I never loved the running part, so I would always avoid it at all costs. But today I had that urge, so I ran a little bit. I was tired because I'm out of practice running, but I pushed myself through the discomfort and it felt so good. I'm so glad I did. I got all this energy, like I'm excited, happy to be here today. Now I wanna talk about what that looks like to work with me on this. This is my zone of genius, and so my zone of excellence, and so instead of feeling, or zone of genius, I guess, right? Instead of feeling anxious or uncertain at each new level, think about what it would be like to start approaching these challenges with just straight up confidence, clarity, and ease. Okay, you know what you're doing. You're going to say no to what's not, you're going to say yes to what is, and you're going to go for it. So we're going to work together to identify your triggers, rewire those beliefs holding you back, and build a mindset that turns those challenges into the stepping stones, the next steps for you. So you're going to experience a shift. So not just in your mindset, also in your emotions, also in your body, also in the way that you show up as a leader. So the things that once trigger the fear or hesitation are going to become signals that you're on that path to greater impact and success, which is what we want. That's why we're here. And you can move forward quickly and efficiently through this. So as we work through these triggers, you're going to notice that it's going to be easier. You're going to have a greater sense of ease and flow in your work, your decision making, right? It's going to be clearer. Opportunities won't feel as overwhelming to you. You'll be able to sort that better. And you're going to start attracting that kind of success and fulfillment that aligns with your biggest goals. So you don't have to do this alone, right? Like these are that can make it really hard and feel very lonely to be a leader, an entrepreneur, somebody in management, C-suite executive, because it feels like you're doing this stuff alone, but you don't have to. High achievers don't thrive alone. They thrive with the right support and guidance. And that's where either the Aligned Leader Circle or the Limitless Leader Coaching program that I created can help. So again, in these programs, you're going to learn how to regulate your nervous system. You're going to sharpen that mindset and align your actions with your vision. That's what it's about, right? So you're not just overcoming the triggers, but it's about transforming those into sustainable tools for growth. So you're going to learn how to do all of this in a sustainable way. My goal is that you don't need me anymore, ever, because you could be your own coach with the stuff that I teach you. So remember that the appearance of these triggers is proof that you're ready for your next stage in your leadership journey, and by recognizing them and working through them, you're going to move on to even greater levels of capacity and potential for you, for your impact, for your legacy, for your success. To move beyond your success ceiling, right? Whoop, up here, I invite you to join the Aligned Leader Circle. This is going to be a community of women who are heart-centered leaders who are really craving that community to be present and to show up, to share, to be held accountable, to collaborate, to be able to put down all of the heaviness of being a leader and to pick up that relaxation, the ease, the tools that are needed to mentally, emotionally, and physically move on to that next level. Another option is the one-on-one Limitless Leader coaching program. That's where you get a lot more access to me, and we will work together to not just manage these triggers, but use them as fuel for your next breakthrough. So the one-on-one leadership coaching program, you also get access to the Line Leader Circle, so you'll have tons and tons of support through the whole year. So the next steps, book a call with me to get started. Take that first step towards transforming your triggers, stopping stones, and I'm so excited for you. Cheers to your next level of success, and I'll talk to you soon.